Amina was 12 when her world began to change in ways she didn't yet have words for. Her father had been a hardworking man, kind, respected, and hopeful about the future. When he was killed during a business dispute with a longtime partner, the loss tore through their family like a storm. Grief came quickly, followed by fear. Her mother struggled to keep food on the table, and school fees became impossible to pay. That was when Mr. Kola, her father's former business partner and friend, stepped forward. He spoke gently, dressed well, and told everyone he wanted to honor his friend's memory by helping Amina stay in school. To the outside world, he looked like a savior. To Amina, he became a figure she was told to trust, someone adults praised, someone who paid her fees, someone whose help came with expectations she did not yet understand. At first, the attention felt confusing rather than dangerous. He asked too many personal questions. He insisted on private conversations. He used kindness as leverage and silence as control. When she felt uncomfortable, he told her she was imagining things. When she tried to pull away, he reminded her of school fees, uniforms, and her mother's tired eyes. The abuse didn't begin loudly. It crept in through manipulation, fear, and authority. Amina didn't have the language to name what was happening, only the heavy feeling that something was deeply wrong. She carried that weight alone. At school, her grades dropped. At home, she grew quiet. Her teachers thought she was grieving her father. Her mother thought she was just growing up. And Mr. Kola continued to hide behind his reputation. The breaking point came one afternoon when Amina fainted in class. A school counselor noticed the signs others had missed: the fear, the shame, the silence that didn't belong to a child. It took time, patience, and many tears before Amina finally spoke. When she did, everything changed. The truth was painful, messy, and frightening. Some people didn't want to believe her at first, but others did. Her mother believed her. The school believed her. A local women's advocacy group stepped in. The man who had hidden behind generosity was exposed for what he was. Justice was not instant, and it was not perfect, but it began. Healing took much longer. Amina went through therapy where she learned something powerful. What happened to her was not her fault. Not because she accepted help, not because she stayed quiet, not because she was young and trusted an adult who betrayed that trust. She learned how trauma lives in the body, how fear can disguise itself as shame, and how strength doesn't always look loud. Sometimes, strength is simply surviving the day. Over the years, she slowly rebuilt herself. She returned to school with support from a scholarship program for vulnerable girls. She found comfort in writing, filling notebooks with thoughts she once believed were too heavy to share. She made friends who knew her not as a victim, but as a brilliant, determined young woman. By the time she reached university, Amina had found her voice. She studied social work, not because she wanted to live in pain forever, but because she wanted to be the person she once needed. She volunteered with organizations that protected children and educated families about abuse, power, and silence. When she spoke at schools, she never shared details meant to shock. She spoke about boundaries, about listening to children, about believing them. She spoke about hope. Years later, standing in front of a room full of girls, she said something that stayed with everyone who heard it. "What was done to me did not define me. What I chose to become afterward did." Amina did not forget her past, but it no longer owned her future. She became proof that survival can turn into strength, and that even when trust is shattered, it can be rebuilt, carefully, honestly, and on one's own terms.